how, as you all know, over the last few months, the whole thing is that Cenat girl was a straight up B. You know what I'm saying? She was a B. And that she was doing him wrong. And people were saying that she might have dealt with NBA YoungBoy or somebody else or whatnot. And it comes to find out that those things aren't true. And that Cenat knew all this. And that he was just allowing this narrative to play out to make himself be the victim. You know, that's what's being said. You know what I'm saying? I for one, like I said, this is my third stream. I'm 47 years old, so I typically do not get involved and keep up with Cenat or any of this bull that's going on in the culture. Okay, I don't, but this is what's happening. This is what has happened, and I think that it's very unfortunate that Cenat would do this and would let that narrative go on, because that's not right. Because if you was in the wrong, you need to say, I was in the wrong, my bad. She didn't do nothing wrong. Stop talking about her. But apparently he didn't do that. And Akademiks is speaking on it. Yeah. Sorry about this. Trying to wait for this. Like I told y'all before on the last stream, I have a horrible laptop. Got to get a new one. Horrible laptop. Got to get a new one.
I supposedly corroborated, which was also false. Neither of those times. This was some weak shit. I like Kai, but this is some weak ass shit. I get it. You were scribbling in a notepad and doing your thing with Vivette. But you allowed the internet, and the reason why I'm calling it weak shit, you allowed the internet to attack this woman and attack other people who they thought you were the innocent person, and everybody was fucking up your life. There's a lot of people who got drama from it. It's the reason why YoungBoy has a problem with you, because you allowed YoungBoy to seen as the villain. When you know the current narratives that was being pushed. You saw there was some screenshots that people were saying that YoungBoy tried to fuck your girl or did. It was then also reported that I supposedly corroborated, which was also false. Neither of those times you felt the need to just say, hey, listen, that's not true. I'm just going through a breakup. You allow this young woman to get attacked from all angles, including members of your group. That's weak. I'm sorry to say I like Kai, but that's weak. Only to go to Paris, come back about 9 months later, and then admit that everybody who took the arrows for you were innocent. Come on, bro. You could have handled that with one tweet. You could have handled that when you put up your burner page. You could have just said, man, y'all leave that girl alone, bro. How do you come back damn near a year later to try to clear someone's name who already fell on the sword for you? Here's the reality of it. Your team jumped the gun. You should apologize even more than that. Your team made that up. I told y'all this from the get-go. Y'all team made that up on YoungBoy. Your team made that up on... Y'all listen to a fake page, give you fake stuff. Y'all crucified the girl. Y'all also accused YB or whatever. And nobody, there's no personal apology. YB tried to reach out. Yo, I got to talk to this guy. He was met with, we don't want to talk. We good. We don't want to talk. He was hurt. He actually also felt he was being set up. This girl looked like she'd been going through it.
Well, look, I don't know why Cenat did any of those things. I don't know. Well, let me take that back. I do know. He didn't want to ruin his reputation. But nobody cares, Kai, that's your girl. If you cheated on her, nobody would really care if that's what happened. You're famous. People would, if you, only thing you have to do is apologize and say I was wrong. I wasn't ready. Too much money, too much power got to me, and I was wrong. I did wrong. Nobody's going to stop messing with you over your girlfriend. You're not going to all of a sudden, subscribers are not going to start unsubscribing you and unfollowing you because you may did something to your girlfriend. As long as you didn't beat her up, as long as you didn't whoop her ass, then you're okay. You didn't beat her up. You didn't do anything like that to her. So you're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you may have done, as long as it wasn't violent, then you don't have to worry about people turning away from you. So I don't understand why Cenat would do this. I don't understand at all. But let's listen to a little bit more Akademiks got to say about it.
For you not to stand on all of that for all these months, that's a bit weak. Respectfully. And I do like Kai, but that's a bit weak. Nobody's bigger than the program, and nobody deserves to get shitted on for your clean image for 9 months for you to come back and say, oh, my bad, y'all. My bad. You didn't find this out now. I reached out to your assistant even back then. I said, yo, I'm talking to YB. What proof y'all need to know he didn't fuck his bitch? But the internet was going with it, and Kai was the victim. So it's like, fuck it. We don't give a fuck. Let's go. So all I'm saying is that, again, and maybe Kai was going through some stuff. So, I want to give him some grace. But I do think that could have been handled a little bit quicker. Because people are getting like, Kai, you're that big, bro. Pause. Like, you're a huge streamer. Like, people are looking at you like, if you say right now, Ak stole my bike, bro, they don't even want to hear what I got to say, bro. They're going to be like, yo, Ak, you fucking thief. Fuck you, nigga. That's why we're going to get you locked up. Your voice is that powerful. And when your voice is that powerful, you can't just serve people up for your pity farm. Because that's pity farm, right?
I totally agree with Akademiks. That is kind of messed up, Cenat, for you to do that. And for you to allow that narrative to keep going when you could have clearly stopped it for your own good guy image. But that's what happens in the industry, man. People get the people get screwed over. The small people get stepped over in order for the big name to flourish, and for sympathy to come to the big name. And I think that was his narrative. That was Cenat and his team's narrative was, oh no, Cenat, you're getting pity right now. We need to run with this. And Kai should have said, no, I'm going to come out here and speak the truth. Nip it in the bud. Because one thing about nipping things in the bud and go ahead and getting it out the way, people are more forgiving when you do it early. But if you let it linger and go on and people have emotions that are false emotions for a long period of time, that'll piss somebody off because they're giving energy to something that was a lie. You know what I'm saying? So, I agree with Akademiks. Yeah, Cenat, that was wrong. Now, granted, I don't know all the details with that, but obviously, Cenat apologized and said, my bad. So, he was saying the allegations are wrong. She didn't cheat on him. So, it's like, come on, bro, that's messed up. But, yeah, that's it. I hope everything works out with him and what he got going on, and I will definitely be following Cenat because he's number one streamer. I'm a streamer now, so I need to follow the top person in streaming to see what they got going on. So I will be looking more into that. All right, hey, I know y'all gonna be sad about this, man.